It's week 25, it's the 29th of May, and as you can see, I'm very proudly wearing my Comrades shirt, and I'm also wearing my medal around my neck. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to tell you a little bit of a story here. I'm a Kloof boy, which is one of the little towns that you run past with Comrades, and since the day that I was literally can remember, I said that I was going to do the Comrades. And as a Durban boy, you'll know that there's a very different race, the up run and the down run, and that I wanted to do both basically. At the age of 21, my brother was a doctor, or studying to be a doctor, and he went to see Tim Noakes, and he said, when should I actually go out and do the Comrades? Because you can do it when you're too young. And he said, not until you're 30. So I put it on the back burner. And in 2008, I turned 30, so I attempted the up run. And I got to 35 Ks, I started cramping. I managed to get all the way through to 61 Ks with terrible cramps. But I literally couldn't get from here to 5 meters away. And I failed. And failure is not something that I'm very used to, and particularly not when it's mind over matter and your body. And you know, I've got a very strong mind, and I believe that I would get to Maritzburg no matter how. Anyway, I decided I'm going to conquer this thing. So the next year I did the down run. I spent a lot more time preparing, understanding tissue salts and how it all works, and the fact that I sweat a lot, and therefore obviously I was losing salts, and that's why I was cramping. And I finished the down run. But last year I couldn't do it, A, because I was getting married, and B, because it was another down run. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted the up run. Well, on Sunday, and I'm going to lie, you know, I'm not lying to you today, I'm one day after Sunday, because I couldn't do it yesterday. But I basically attempted the up run again. Now, there was tremendous fear in me for literally over a week. There was such fear. Had I done enough training? What will I do if I fail again? As I said to you, most people are not very good at failing. I'm certainly not. And it was like the emotional battle, and how am I going to do it? And I think it's a massive metaphor for life, because funny enough, in 2008 I got to the top of both the hill, and that's where I actually felt the cramps coming on. I pushed on through, I didn't have any of the supplements, and I got hectic cramps, and you know the rest of the story. This time, even coming through Kloof, so about 25 Ks, I was like, shit, this is a long way, I don't know if I'm prepared. And the thought went through my head, you know, I can give up now, and then I must train much harder over the next 2 years, and I can do the up run in 2 years. Well, I thought, I grit my teeth, I make this thing happen, and in the next 9 hours I get to Maritzburg, and then it's mission accomplished, job done. And I pushed on, I got to both the hill, and I felt the cramps twinging. But this time I slowed down, I just walked and I let them go away. I had rennies, I had subliminal tissue salts, so I was a lot more prepared. And you know, it took me another, 57 kilometers to get to Maritzburg, consistently managing and feeling out the cramps and having to make sure that I didn't cramp. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, I got there. And I believe that it's a metaphor for life, because we all travel similar roads. We all have and understand some of the problems along the way, but with experience and with preparation we can avoid those problems. We can make life a lot easier. And I think it's such a fantastic metaphor, particularly for Hannes and the wealth creators and the formula for riches, because Hannes talks about the different levels in business. And the reason, once you've already been to a level 7, the reason you can rise through the levels so much quicker is anticipation. You know what's coming. It's the little kid playing the video game. They know what's coming. They know they're going to be shot from behind or from over there. Whereas you, when you've never played, you don't know what to expect. Anticipation is power. And that's why I believe it's such a magnificent metaphor. And then also in your life, what do you do to challenge yourself? I mean, this was a massive physical challenge. And it comes back to my gladiator metaphor, that most people sit in the stadium of life watching, not prepared to get in the ring, and only a few are prepared to get in the ring and to fight, and some will have glorious victories and some will have tremendous defeats, but at least they're in the ring trying. What are you doing? What do you do to challenge yourself? My parents gave me a fantastic book when I was a kid, and it was about the little train, and this little train was a little steam train, and it said, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, for 87 kilometers through the Comrades, it's a mental game, and I just sat there saying, I think I can. I'm getting to Maritzburg. I'm going to make this do. I was watching my watch. I was consistently calculating. I was making sure I didn't hit a pothole. I wasn't interested in talking. I wasn't interested in texting or tweeting. I was getting to Maritzburg, and my full focus was on that. And really, it's the formula for riches. You know, when you're intense and your belief equals your focus and what you actually get. And I'm very glad and very privileged to say that I got to Maritzburg. I've conquered that. I've now got an up run medal. I've got a down run medal. And that is a massive memento. So now I've got to go find another challenge. But you know, in life, the more challenges that you set yourself, the harder those challenges, you break through to another level. Mentally, it gives you so much power. I mean, imagine for me now, I set myself another task, a higher, harder goal, maybe in business. And I think to myself, well, if I can conquer Comrades, I can conquer this. Hopefully that inspires you. The next skill for me was people skills. I'm very blessed with my people skills. I know a lot of people, I've got a high EQ, and I like to interact with people. It's really something really valuable that you can work on and build on, because when you're starting out a business like W Sales that Hannes and I are doing, I'm really pulling on the networks and the people that I know, the people that like me and trust me, and there's such a scope to be able to dramatically increase that business and to increase that reach through people skills. So really it's something I implore you to work on: networking, meeting people, adding value to their lives. That's what it's all about, because these things are not built overnight. These are relationships that I've built over the last 15 years that I'm now being able to draw on, and that's why, again, we can move through those levels of business so much quicker. Getting things done, I did find this week with the Comrades hanging over me, I do find it very difficult. I'm really struggling to get things done at the moment. Not that I'm not getting things done, it's just that there's so much that I want to get done, and I'm still trying to find ways to leverage my skills onto other people so that I can get them to do stuff, so that basically I as a whole can get more accomplished, and that's really what I'm looking to do. And then the last thing, I actually read the book from Think and Grow Rich again for the entire trip. I actually finished literally as I ran into the stadium in Maritzburg. It's a fantastic book. I highly recommend it. Chet Holmes, one of my mentors, who's unfortunately very ill at the moment and writes on his blog, he said that book changed his life. So I'm just going to repeat that: Think and Grow Rich. It changed his life. So I decided to listen to it for the third time. It's now, I read it for the first time when I was 18 or 19. I read it again when I was about 30, and now I'm listening to it again at the age of 34. What a fantastic book. It was written by Napoleon Hill in 1937. And the thing that blew me away was how similar the times are today as they were in 1937 after the Great Depression. Problems with politicians overspending on tax, problems with the banking system, problems with people running in the stock market. Do you know, even problems with the housing markets? It's incredible. We literally could be in exactly the same time zones. And he wrote that book to say to people, change your mentality, because there's magnificent opportunities now, and he showed people how to do it. And I really think, and I implore you to look at it. There's also one for the 21st century, and there's an Australian actually, and he gives commentary, and he said it's very important to take time out from your busy life so that you can have that creativity, you can live the juice in life. And that's my last thing. After working all weekend with Hannes and doing the workshop, it's not quite work, but it's a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, doing those W Sales courses, I really find that when I do them, I've found a new passion. Sales and marketing, my creativity, it just comes to the fore. And even one of the students or one of the clients that were there said to me, Scott, don't apologize, your ideas are fantastic, use them, run with them. And you know, when you're exploring something new, it's really positive to get that sort of feedback. But after that, on Monday we took the day off. I spoiled my wife. We went out to the wine farms, we went to the champagne farm, she loves her champagne, and we had a really great day out, a great bonding time, a great party together, which we enjoyed doing. And it really was just a fantastic, and I just noticed my share price in our marriage go through the roof, because I really focused an entire day on us and our relationship and having lots of fun together. So what could you do? Take some time out, enjoy life, live it to the full. And really, I want to leave you with this memento, a massive challenge I set myself. It took over 3 years of dedication to achieve the goal, but I did it. What could you do? Till next week. Cheers.